him hit her.
He didn't hit her.
No, ma'am.
Because I read her complaint, and her complaint doesn't say he hit her.
That was because his friends were around that time.
Well, I mean,
his friends weren't around him when you filled out this complaint, madam.
Ma'am, she was also drunk, so, I mean, she doesn't even remember me.
Oh, you kicked her car.
I kicked it, yeah, but she tried to run me over.
Yeah, but you kicked it on the side.
He also slammed me on the hood several times.
I made one dent on that car.
He did only kick it once.
I only kicked it one time.
You kicked it once?
One time.
Very good, because these pictures were taken 2.5 months later, right?
They were. My father took those pictures because I did not have a camera at the time.
Well, that's too bad. 2.5, almost 3 months later, you don't bring pictures in of a car.
Your Honor, I filed the police report later on, like a month later. I was terrified of
A month later?
He promised me he was going to fix my car, and I was waiting for him to fix it. I went over to his house several times.
Just a second, Mr. Brooks.
Yes, ma'am.
I tend to believe the fact that you kicked her car, and I tend to believe the fact that she was drunk.
Yes, ma'am.
I believe you, because otherwise she would have filed this police report the next day if it happened the way she said it happened. She waited a month, something happened, and I don't know, we even know whether you saw each other socially during that month. Did you or did you not?
Yes, ma'am. About 2 or 3 weeks afterwards, we did.
Where did you go 2 or 3 weeks afterwards?
She always went to my house after that happened.
I have to go to his house because he doesn't have a car.
You mean after this happened, you went to his house?
His roommate lived with him, and I knew if there's other people around, he wouldn't.
Just a second. I don't care whether his roommate was there or not. You're making this up as you're going along, Miss Jimenez.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are, because if you're terrified of somebody, you don't go to their house. That's not what happens. You stay away from them, whether their roommate is there or not.
I was trying to get my car fixed, Your Honor.
Oh, please, give me a break, will you please? Tell me about how you broke her cell phone, sir.
Well, that was at her house whenever I had just got through getting to that confrontation with her roommate. She didn't want to take me home at first, and my clothes were in her car, so I just told her to open her car, and I would walk home. Okay, she didn't want to, so I just grabbed her cell phone and threw it across the parking lot.
And how much did you pay for your cell phone?
She didn't. She got another one free.
Did you get another one free?
Yes. That's what you told me last week.
My friend bought me another cell phone because I couldn't afford to get another cell phone.
Okay. Now, how much do you think it's going to cost to pull out the dents in this car?
For the particular part that I kicked, $400, because she had showed me the estimate. She went to my house and showed me, and I said I'd pay for that.
Perfect. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $480. $400 for the kick to the car and $80 for the cell phone. Stay away from each other. Stay away from him.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
And, by the way, one more thing. The entire world knows that the two of you now drive drunk. So if you get behind the wheel of a car and kill somebody, it's not an accident anymore. Do we understand each other?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand me? Perfect.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
My roommate told me that he thought Ronnie was using me.
He didn't have a job, and she was taking him everywhere, and I told her that he was the one that was using her.
Ronnie did use me. He's scum. He's very violent.
No more. That's over.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Fernandez versus Holt. Step forward.
18-year-old homemaker April Fernandez is suing her boyfriend's sister, 24-year-old nurse's assistant Sheba Holt, for the return of a security deposit. Sheba says she kept the money because April ran up a $400 phone bill.
Miss Fernandez, I assume this is your boyfriend?
Yes.
Your brother?
Yes.
According to what I read, Miss Fernandez, in your complaint, you had been living with Miss Holt.
Her mother.
And
Correct.
she lived there, too?
Yes.
With the boyfriend. And there came a time when you and Miss Holt decided to rent an apartment together. You gave her a deposit, $300.
Yes.
And then you changed your mind.
Yes.
Why did
home? And so, yes, she was living with me under my roof.
That's fine. She gave you $300. You don't deny she gave you $300.
No, I don't deny that she gave me $300, but I also don't believe that I owe her $300.
Well, that's what you have to explain to me.
Well, I have a phone bill here from when she stayed at my house. I did say that she can stay rent-free until after she had her child, but I didn't say that she can run my phone bill up.
Incorrect.
And so when I got my phone bill and seen all these collect calls that she accepted from that young man who was in jail, I didn't feel like I needed to pay her $300 due to the fact that mortgage was due. We were all still living in that house.
Okay, I got it. Step. Miss Holt, let me tell you this. Generally speaking, you can't do what you want to do, which is write off the $300. And I understand you gave her $70 back.
Yes, I did because I felt
Okay, and you
bad.
acknowledge she gave you $70 back.
Yes, she did.
You can't decide that you're going to hold that for bills unless you had a contract that provided that she was to pay a phone bill.
Why would I need a...
Listen to me. Why? I don't know why. I have no idea why. She was staying at your house with a baby. He's in jail for what?
anything?
What, me? What, no.
Oh, I was in jail for a probation violation because I didn't show up to court, failure to appear. And so I had a warrant for my arrest, and I got put in jail for 2.5 months. Then I got out, and...
What had you been convicted of?
What have I been convicted of?
That was my question. You have the answer.
Well, I got convicted of what was it again? It was it was grand theft, but that was in 2000.
2000 grand theft. I want to know what you were violated on, sir. What underlying crime were you violated on?
I was violated because I had a dirty pee test because I, smoked weed or whatever.
Oh my God.
So I got in trouble for that, and I had to do 3 months, and I got out, had a baby, and, I wanted to get my stuff together and get out of my mom's house.
Sounds like the American dream to me.
Yeah.
Sit down.
Okay.
I have enough. Miss Holt,
Your Honor.
Miss Holt, listen to me very carefully.
Sure.
You owe her $230. Who are you living with now?
I still live at my same house.
Perfect. With your mother?
Yes.
Now, what about him?
And he comes in and out as he pleases, bringing his little entourage to come live on me.
Do you know why that is, Ms.
Why?
Holt? Because your mother permits it.
Well, anyhow, I live there, though,
No,
and I pay half of the bills.
Am I speaking? When I speak, you don't. Take your hand off your hip. Only attitude here is mine.
That's right.
Your problem is you live with your mother. This is her baby.
No,
No. He's her baby. You're grown up. You work, right?
Yes.
You help pay the bills?
Yes.
You have a responsible job?
Yes.
You've had it for how long?
Forever.
Forever?
Yes.
He will always be her baby because he's never going to grow up. He's never going to be responsible. You have to find your own place because your mother is always going to let him come back into the house, always going to let him come back with his entourage, and it's always going to irritate you. So if you want to be free of that stress and aggravation, find your own place. Now I'm going to listen to you.
Okay, Judge, I just don't understand why she is suing me when I pulled her out of a situation where her mother, she's pregnant at 18 years old, 17, and her mother's getting ready to send her to jail pregnant. You know what I'm saying?
My mother...
I don't want you to interrupt her.
And, all these things, and she's putting her out. And I stopped what I was doing when this fool called me from jail saying, "Can you rescue my broad?" So I go get her, bring her to my house, you know what I'm saying? Let her live in my room, rent-free, and this is what I get. This is what I get in return. I get sued for taking care of this youngster.
Miss Holt.
She's wrong.
I'm wrong for taking her into my home.
Don't speak.
Letting her use me, that's what I'm wrong for.
Miss Holt.
Yes, ma'am.
You are morally correct. You cannot, however, take her $230. Do I think that she's right to sue you after living,
on me for over 6 months?
Do I think so? I think she lacks a certain amount of character.
Yes.
Right? But it looks like for every pot there's a cover. You get it? You get it?
Yes, I do.
Good. I'm glad I gave you a good laugh. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $230. Listen, don't be such a good person anymore.
You're right about that.
And find your own place, because your mother's always going to take him back. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I knew that I was morally right anyway, whether I was going to win or lose today.
She stole from my son and expects to see him. I don't think so.
Now I hardly even get to see him, through all my help and everything.
It can be a possibility if she changes her attitude and changes the way she acts towards me and stop being so sneaky and conniving.
I'm going to go right and I'm going to let him go left like he always does.
This young lady assaulted you.
Just started pulling my hair.
She was in my face.
She hit me on my head.
I defended myself by biting her.
Bull. You've been suspended from school 4 times for assault.
It doesn't have anything to do with her.
Oh, yeah, it does.
No, it doesn't. If I want to fight, I'm going to fight. And she got what she asked for, too.
Judge Judy.
Your daughter is a bully troublemaker.
She's in a therapy already.
Well, it's not working.
This is Judge Judy. 19-year-old student Brittany Craig is suing custodian Lisa Jackson and her daughter, 16-year-old Tamaya Jackson, for damages due to an assault. Brittany says after a high school football game, Tamaya ripped her hair out and stole her cell phone.
Order. All rise. That's case number 440 on the calendar, the matter of Craig versus Jackson. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated, ladies. Have a seat.
Miss Craig, it is your claim that this young lady over here assaulted you after a sporting event.
Mm-hmm.
When was this event?
This was on November the 12th, 2004.
Where?
At Washington Marion High School in Lake Charles, Louisiana.
Is that where you live?
No, ma'am. I live about 2 hours away in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
You got there by bus or
It was a charter bus. It was a lot of us that came up. It was like a football game that see who goes to a championship or whatever.
Whose team won?
My high school.
So you were pretty happy?
Yes, I was pretty happy.
Your team lost?
Yes, ma'am.
You were not so happy?
No, ma'am.
According to what I read, your brother is also on that team. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
So, Miss Craig, what happened after the game?
After the game, me and my friends and a couple of us who were riding on the bus, we were walking back to the bus. My friend who was with me, she's a witness, well, she was pretty excited because her brother plays on the team. And we were all walking from out of the gate, and this lady, she comes from nowhere, and she's like, "You better get on that bus." And I turned around, and I was like, "Why are you talking to us?" And before I can finish talking, this girl hits me.
Where did she hit you?
She hit me on my head, and I just remember falling back like this, and she just started pulling my hair.
What happened next?
I can just feel her just pulling in my hair. It all went by so fast. I dropped my phone. I didn't know I had dropped it at the time. By the time I got on the bus, I decided to call the phone just to make sure it was missing and not with me at the time. And I called the phone. She picked it up, and she said, "You want to come over here and fight? This phone belongs to Lake Charles. This is not your phone anymore."
What kind of injury did you suffer, Miss Craig?
There wasn't any type of bruises or anything. She just pulled out my hair.
Pulled out a clump of hair?
A lot of hair. I have pictures to show that also.
Can I see it, please?
Sure.
I'm listening.
When this happened,
I want you to listen to me. I want you to look right here when you're talking, not at the floor.
All right. When this happened, we were leaving the football stadium.
Who was we?
Me and my mother and my sister and my brother. So I was standing there, and she said she was going to her bus, but her bus was behind her. So obviously she wasn't going to her bus. She was looking for something. She was looking for trouble or whatever, because she came confronting us, talking about we won, we won.
So she said to you, "We won." Go ahead.
And she was in my face. And I'm the type of person, if you in my face, you invade my my privacy. So when she was in my face, she was telling me we won, we won. So I told her to get out of my face. And when she rammed up against me, we started fighting. When I got on top of her, she started choking me. And to keep her from choking me, I defended myself by biting her.
She was lying, Your Honor.
Do you think I believe you? Do you think I believe you?
No, I don't know if you believe me or not.
Don't know. You're going to find out.
Hello, Your Honor. I'm the witness, Nakia. And
Nakia, you have a last name.
Nakia Porter. And just as Brittany stated, it was my brother that played on the football team, and Brittany just attended the high school. So I was the one that was saying, "Yeah, we won, and we were going to the championship." And that's when...
So you were excited?
Yes, ma'am. I was excited. I was the one saying, "Yeah, we won the championship." I was nowhere in her face. We were walking to the bus. And that's when Tamaya approached Brittany and hit Brittany.
So Brittany wasn't saying we won.
Saying anything.
Miss Jackson, you want to say anything?
Yes, Your Honor.
I want you to be very sure of something.
Yes.
Certain things make sense in the scheme of life, and certain things don't make sense in the scheme of life. So if you're not going to tell me what happened on the 12th of November, based upon what you observed, and if you're going to try to cover for your daughter, I suggest you say nothing. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You have anything you want to say to me?
I sure do.
How many times was your daughter arrested prior to November 12th?
Once.
For what?
For stealing some shoes.
And how many times has she been suspended from school?
Oh, about 4 times.
Now, you want to know something? I don't have any of those records. But I can tell from her attitude, from the way she holds herself, that she's a troublemaker. You want to know how? Because I've been in the business longer than you've been her mother. So I know she's a troublemaker. Now, how many of those suspensions from school, which are very easily verified, have been for fighting?
All of them.
How'd I know that? I ask you these questions before you go to testify, Miss Jackson, so I don't have to humiliate you. Do you understand?
Yes.
You still want to talk to me?
Yes.
I'm listening.
Okay, first of all, Brittany should have never came to where we were at to fight with Tamaya. She is the one. She had a purse in her hand swinging it in Tamaya's face.
Bull. Didn't happen.
Yes, it did, Your
No.
Honor. Yes.
Didn't happen. Didn't happen. Your daughter is a bully troublemaker. Young lady, you've been suspended from school 4 times for assault.
But me
Did
being,
you learn the foot? Did you
but
learn
me
the
being suspended
Listen
doesn't have
to me.
anything to do with her.
Listen to me. Oh, yeah, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Got it?
Because for one
Got
thing,
it?
by her being 19
You
years
got
old,
it?
I'm 16 years old. She don't have no business fighting me anyway.
You outweigh her probably by 40 pounds.
It don't matter though.
You outweigh
It
her
don't
probably
matter
by
though.
40 pounds.
And she got what she asked for too.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Your daughter has some serious personality disorder, and maybe it has to be addressed with not only therapy, but medication.
She's in a therapy already.
Well, it's not working.
And later today,
Your mother gave you the money because your great aunt hit you on the head with a broom before she died?
4 days before she died, yeah.
You better get a life.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. 19-year-old Brittany Craig says 16-year-old Tamaya Jackson beat her up after a high school football game. Tamaya claims Brittany was in her face.
Miss Jackson, you're not going to have any pleasure from this girl unless you take her by her hand and get her involved in some serious therapy that she's perhaps going to learn from. Otherwise, you're going to be cleaning up after her messes for a very long time.
Your Honor,
And
I
I'm
do not
speaking-
clean up behind her messes. She's in a therapy already.
Well, it's not working. And if you make excuses for her bad behavior, it will never work.
I do not make excuses for her bad behavior.
Well, you did today.
Excuse me, can I say something?
Sure.
What I do is on my own. If I do it, I'm gonna do it because I want to do it, not because anybody tells me to do anything. I don't need a therapist for nothing. If I want to fight, I'm gonna fight. If I don't, I'm gonna leave it at that.
Got it?
Got
If
it.
you don't get it, you should get it. Because I don't know how old she is, 17, 16?
16.
16? Maybe, unlikely, but there's always a chance that you can turn the behavior around. You won't have that chance unless you understand that your daughter has some serious personality disorder that really has to be addressed. And maybe it has to be addressed with not only therapy, but medication. But until you recognize that, she's gone, she's lost. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount requested, $2,000, that's all.
Parties are excused, you may step out.
She lied and said something about I pulled her hair. And her hair don't have nothing to do with me and her fighting.
I feel like there was justice. Justice was served.
My daughter, she doesn't bother anyone unless they come up and bother her.
She got what she asked for.
Their team was a loser and I was a winner.
I hope it's the end of it.
And we win today again. So she loses twice.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Logan versus Logan. Step forward, please.
Warehouse worker Brian Logan is suing his mother, business owner Christine Logan, for evicting him from his deceased great-aunt's home. Christine is countersuing, claiming Brian sold her property without permission.
All right, Mr. Logan, the defendant is your mother.
Correct.
Several years ago, you moved into the house that was owned by your great-aunt. You lived with her for a couple of years. She died.
Correct.
She left the house and its contents to your mother and your mother's sister.
That's being challenged in court.
What, was there a will?
I had never seen the will.
Sarah will?
Yes.
You wouldn't have a copy of that, would you?
I have parts of it, yes.
I'd like to see it.
This is part of it.
Okay. Is your son's name mentioned anywhere in this will?
Nowhere.
You're Christine?
Yeah, I'm Christine.
And your sister's name is Margot?
That's correct.
Well, they got everything, sir.
That will was made prior to me moving in with her.
So what? What does that have to do with this?
What
It's
is
a
it?
will. Your great aunt left everything to your
Well, see,
mother
we're
and her
contesting
sister.
that, or challenging that. This is my cousin Michael, or actually it's her cousin, that she wasn't in full mental capacity at the time that she
Oh,
put
get
that
a
out.
life, sir. What do you do for a living?
I'm a warehouse worker.
Why would you think, instead of leaving her property to her two nieces, she would leave her property to her great nephew?
I didn't say that she left it to me. I didn't claim
Well,
that
if
the
she
house was
doesn't,
mine.
if you're not claiming that she left it to you, sir, listen to me. Your great aunt died,
Right.
and your mother said to you, you know, we have to sell the house. I assume that that's what she said to you at some point.
correct.
And according to your mother, she gave you some money so that you could find another place to live. Why didn't you just leave?
Because that's not the way it went down. I was given money to buy a truck, was what I was told, for her hitting me in the head with the broom 4 days before she passed away. That's what I was told.
Just a second.
Not me, my aunt.
Just a second. Your mother didn't hit you in the head with a broom.
No,
So who gave you the money?
she gave me the money.
Your mother gave you the money because your great aunt hit you on the head with a broom before she died?
4 days before she died, yeah.
You better get a life. You better get a real life. Anyway,
life.
this is what you have no life. This is what the lawsuit is about. Put your hand down. Did you actually take care of him when he was growing up?
Yes, I did.
Not
Do you sometimes?
She was
did he
only
have the flu?
16.
Quiet. Did he ever have the flu, pneumonia?
She never did anything for me.
No, she just let you die? So what I'm seeing now is a figment of my imagination. You mean you grew up by yourself?
I had my grandmother and aunts that took care of me. She was very young when she had me.
Who gave you money after your great aunt hit you in the head with a broom?
She did.
What for?
To help me get a truck to help me move out.
No. Never?
Never.
What about you, Mr. Randolph? Have you been arrested?
Yes, Your Honor, I have.
You want to tell me when the last time was that you were arrested?
I'd say it would have to be about a year ago.
For what? Make sure.
It was for,
get it right.
It was for an assault charge, and they had dropped the charges, found out that it was provoked by 2 other people.
An assault charge. And when prior to that incident a year ago were you arrested?
I was arrested about 6 months before that for an auto theft charge. My friend had broken into a car.
That was also somebody else's fault.
It was my fault for sitting in the car.
So that was 6 months before. Now let's go back immediately prior to that, sir.
I was also arrested for the same thing.
Also, a mistake. You keep having the same mistakes. It's almost like Groundhog's Day. I'm just setting the stage, sir, because I've read your answer. Your answer is that they're really lucky because they almost killed me in this unprovoked attack. So you're standing waiting for the train. And what happens, Chris?
A couple of my friends came up because the train was running really late. And then Austin and Kent came up to me.
Did you know him from before?
No.
Did you know the person that he was with?
No.
What happened when Mr. Randolph came up to you, Chris?
Can I, be straight with it?
Yeah. I want you to be straight with him.
I mean, he said, came up to him and said, my friend says you're talking. And I'm just like, well, I wasn't. And he just asked the same thing again. And so I'm looking at Samantha, and my friend's just like, what's going on? And that's when he hit me, and I wasn't, looking at him or anything.
Where did he hit you?
Side of my face.
And what happened when he hit you? You fell?
Yes.
What did you do when he fell?
I screamed, and I was looking in my purse for keys or something to defend him with.
Did Mr. Randolph back off after he hit him?
No, he lunged forward like he was going to kick him while he was on the ground. And
so you got scared?
Yes, I got scared, and that's when I stabbed him. I just nicked him. Apparently, it was only a 1-inch wound. Tell
me your version, sir.
Your Honor, I was downtown with my friends and my friend Demetrius, who I met up with later on. He did not come down there with me, but he was down there already with one of his friends. My friend, the kid that I just met, who I know now, is not my friend because this kid obviously wasn't talking about me.
Which kid wasn't talking about you? This young
Chris
man.
Obviously wasn't talking about me.
Right.
That I see now. But the kid that I had just met had came up to me and told me that he was talking about me, saying, you know, he heard about I got beat up, he could beat me up, all this and this.
This young man was talking about how he could beat you up.
Yes, that's what I was told.
That's what you were told.
And I laughed.
And just a second. And this bothered you.
Yes.
Why would that bother you?
Because I was arrogant, and I felt like I had something to prove. Like I don't want to allow someone to think that they can beat me up. So
just a second, I want to tell you something.
Yes, ma'am.
Bird could beat you up. And I want to tell you something else, Mr. Randolph. Even I could beat you up. I fight really dirty. So you went over to him and you said to him what, sir?
I asked him, was he talking crap about me? And he said no, but he was more defensive about it. He was like, no, but what is it? You know, I mean, like, I don't have a problem. And he
said no, but I won't want to have a problem.
Yeah, and then a couple of his friends started to come up and stand behind him. So my friends came over and stood behind me. He said, no, no, no. So I went to turn. I was like, all right, I don't want any problems. I've had problems in the past. I'm kind of just going to drop it. I went to turn. When I turned, he started to move his skateboard. I thought for sure that he was going to hit me with the skateboard when I turned. So I reacted. I only hit him once, and he hit the ground.
That's all it takes, sir. So after you hit him, what happened?
I fell to the ground, and she stabbed me, Samantha. She proceeded to run onto the light rail.
She stabbed you?
Yes.
That's what happens. Crap happens.
He hopped up immediately and ran after her on the light rail. When he covered her body to protect her from about 6 or 7 other gentlemen that were pounding him in his head.
These other 6 or 7 gentlemen, who were they?
Some of them were friends with me, some of them I didn't even know.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I ask why a 15-year-old girl is not carrying a lip gloss at the ball, but she's carrying a steak knife in her purse.
I want to tell you something.
This is not a 1-inch gash.
I want to tell you something. I don't care if it's a 1-inch gash or a 6-inch gash. He's a big troublemaker. Put your hands down.
And later today.
He threatened me.
Listen to me. He did not threaten you when he gave you the $1,000.
He was restraining me in his home.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Chris Casimir says fellow student Austin Randolph assaulted him at a train station. Austin says during the fight, Chris's girlfriend stabbed him in the heart.
Now, aside from the fact that at age 18 you've developed quite a criminal history, you don't appear to be an unintelligent person. I mean, the fact that you're dumb doesn't necessarily make you unintelligent. You can speak. So, but for the fact that you went up to this young man and started up with him, would any of this have happened?
No, it would not have.
There you go. So whose fault is it that you got stabbed in the heart?
It's mine.
Perfect. I love it. And whose fault is it that he got pummeled to the ground?
Mine.
There we go. Can I see your medical bills, please? Now you got it. You have anything you want to say? He said it all right so far. He probably wasn't going to say it all right, but he probably realized
Yes, Your Honor, I would like to say something. If I could,
sure.
Please. May I stand?
Sure. I'd like to hear you.
Yeah. You know, yes, my son has had a history. We all make mistakes. He's learning from them. And, you know, this has been taken to court with Samantha as well. May I ask why a 15-year-old girl is not carrying a lip gloss at the ball, but she's carrying a steak knife in her purse?
I want to tell you something.
This is not a 1-inch gash.
I want to tell you something. I don't care if it's a 1-inch gash or a 6-inch gash.
That's what you did to my son.
Listen to me. I don't care if it's a 1-inch gash or a 6-inch gash. This is what he did. To start with. Now, the fact that she had a weapon in her purse to defend him, to make sure that he didn't get hurt any worse, good for her. And I'm glad she didn't have a lip gloss.
Unbelievable.
I'm glad she didn't have a lip gloss because I don't know what else your son and or his friends would have done to this young man and or this young woman. He's a big troublemaker. Put your hands down. He's a big troublemaker. This is what he did. For no reason, because he's a bully. And you should have gotten that word a long time ago when he was 14, when the first time he was arrested. Idiot. That's why people walk around with weapons in their pocket, because of his behavior. In any event, at least your son is intelligent enough to know not to fall into my mouth. I don't know where he was going to start with today, but at least he finished in the right place. I suggest you get there, too. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000. That's all.
The judge hit it right on the head.
Gave me nosebleeds and I had no equilibrium all summer.
I was having a lot of problems then, and I don't have problems anymore.
This kid definitely is a troublemaker. She stabbed him in the heart. He had open heart surgery, you know, and she had taken from him. They chipped her tooth, ripped her clothes. They were all beat up.
I was the captain of the wrestling team. I ran track. That's not possible anymore.
It's not the money, the principle of the thing, and I'm just glad that, you know, everybody saw him for what he is.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Grandy versus Green. Step forward.
Truck driver Scott Grandy is suing his ex-girlfriend, bank representative Jennifer Green, for a loan to move. Jennifer says Scott forced her to take the money.
Mr. Grandy, you and Miss Green dated for a period of time, and you claim that while you were dating, you made a loan to her in the amount of $1,000.
That is correct.
And then Miss Green decided to reconcile with her husband. You want your money back.
That's correct.
Ms. Green says that there was no way this was a loan, this was a gift, and there was never any agreement for her to repay you. So when did you start to date Ms. Green, and was she married at the time or just separated from her husband?
At the time, I thought she was divorced, but I don't know if that's a fact now.
Where did you meet her?
Well, I met her through mutual friends at the bank that she worked at.
Give me the month and year.
June 2003.
Tell me about this loan.
She wanted to borrow some money.
What did she need the money for?
To pay probably rent and bills. I didn't really go into too much of what she needed to pay.
Did you give her a check or cash?
Cash.
And what agreement did you make with regard to her repaying the money?
Well, we were dating at the time, so I just said, hey, Jen, you need the money, you need to pay some bills. Do what you have to do, just repay me back, you know, when you can, you know, pretty much. Because you're dating at the time, I'm not really thinking, you know, you think you're going to have a relationship that may, you know, it's probably going to go further or whatever, and I didn't really put a time limit on it.
Right.
Actually, Your Honor, we started dating roughly October 2004 after I was separated and going through my divorce. During our relationship, there had been a few instances where he'd been verbally abusive.
I'm not interested in his being verbally abusive.
Okay. When I had gone to his house to tell him, you know what, it's over, we're done, he pushed an envelope across the table at me, and I said, I don't want what you have to give me. We had a discussion, and then he opened the envelope. He handed me, or he put on the table this note here and $1,000 in cash.
Let me see the note. Go ahead.
And at that time, he handed me the $1,000, and it just sat on the table. I said, I don't want your money. Yes, I was a single mom. Yes, I was in the midst of a bad divorce, but I was not about to take charity or handouts. I never had in the past. He then proceeded to keep pushing the money at me, and then when I tried to leave, he restrained me. He would stand in front of the door. He would not let me leave. He was holding me. He kept shoving the money.
So despite the fact that we went over there to tell him that it's over and we don't take charity, you still left the house with the money.
Yes, that's true.
And you spent the money.
Correct, I did, to move.
You spent...
He was stalking me, Your Honor. I have a restraining order against him because of this.
You spent the money.
Correct. Your Honor, there's a lot that precedes the money that was gifted to me.
Show it to him. I'm not saying it wasn't a gift. I'm just saying that you weren't a very smart gal to take it. I'm not saying that he expected to be repaid. I don't think he expected to be repaid based upon what I've heard so far. I'm telling you that you're not a very smart girl, because if you have somebody who's, according to you at least, has been verbally abusive, because that's what you tried to get into before, who stalked you, you have a restraining order against them. One of the things I would do is, if somebody feels like an idiot, a real schlemiel, because they've given you money, and you go back to your husband, which you did.
No, I did not.
Well, according to him, he came back from vacation, he found your husband at your house.
We have a child together, Your Honor.
Put your hand down. But you don't take the money, because that makes him feel like a bigger idiot. Now, I'll hear you.
Your Honor, I was in love with her. You know, I was helping her out.
I got it.
Okay.
There was no contract.
Right.
There was hurt feelings because you felt like an idiot. You felt like a fool, like maybe she made a little bit of a fool out of you.
Well, when I caught her with her ex-husband, it was pretty much cut and dry.
Okay. Well, in any event.
But anyway.
Go ahead.
I do have evidence of the stop payment check. I do have a text message I'd like you to look at saying that she owes me the money.
Let me see it.
You just need to scroll down. Thank you.
Could you do that for me? You know I'm electronically challenged. Don't bother trying to cash that check. I stopped payment on it. You will get your money back. Leave me alone. Did you send him that?
Yes, I did. The day he came over to my house, my ex-husband was at my home, correct, with my daughter. Scott shows up out of the blue like he did often. He started becoming verbally abusive with me. I told my husband, you stay in here with our daughter. He was being confrontational with me.
How much after he gave you the $1,000 did he show up at your house?
Maybe a week. I'm not sure of the exact time period.
So very, very shortly thereafter.
Correct.
And was it the same house that you had been in while you were dating?
Correct.
So I assume you still had the money?
Correct.
Why didn't you give it back to him? That's what he wanted.
He had gifted it to me.
No, that's not what I'm asking you, Miss Green. Put your hand down. Told me a moment ago that the reason that you spent the money was to move because you got a restraining order against him, but that's a lie.
No, that's true.
No, that's a lie. Because at the time he came to the house and found your husband there, and you gave him this check, because I read your answer, you gave him a check and you balled it up and you threw it at him, and then you stopped payment on it the next day, right? So you knew he wanted his money back, and you still had his money because you hadn't moved yet.
I was in the process of moving, Your Honor.
You had the money because you hadn't moved yet.
I didn't see any moving boxes.
Just a sec. Listen to me.
Okay, sorry.
What I'm telling you is, you don't get off easy when you're a user. And I don't buy the fact that somebody forces you to take $1,000 or any money.
He was threatening me, Your Honor.
What?
He threatened me. He
No,
threatened my
listen to me. He did not threaten you when he gave you the $1,000.
He was restraining me in his home.
You were in your car. Throw it out the window. Throw it out the window. And when he came to your house and he wanted his money, what you do is you say, here's your $1,000. Put your hand down.
Sorry.
Here's your $1,000. Don't bother me or my family anymore. You don't be a stupid taker. And take the $1,000 and say, now I'm going to get a restraining order that makes him feel like a fool. More of a fool than he already was. So you're not a nice person, amoral, but she doesn't owe you the money because it wasn't a loan, it was a gift. Grow up. It's a gift. Keep your money where it belongs. That's all. Case is dismissed.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I tried to break up with him, and he just wouldn't take no for an answer.
I caught her back with her ex, and the relationship took a turn after that.
He threw a propane tank at me one time.
That never happened.
Scott just needs to grow up, and when it's over, it's over.
She doesn't want to pay the money back, and she's trying to make me look like a bad guy on TV.
I used the money to move. I figure, you know what, he's the reason I'm moving, and he can fund it.
She was doing her job.
You are an interior designer.
I decided to hire her.
But was he doing a job on her?
He took you for well over $10,000.
I paid her in full.
I don't buy it. Show me your receipts.
I have something better than that. I have the results of a polygraph test.
Nobody wants to see your polygraph.
It doesn't hold any weight with you, Your Honor?
Judge Judy.
I think you're a thief and a con artist. You are an interior designer.
Yes, ma'am.
According to your complaint, you met the defendant in a rather unlikely place, at a gas station or something like that. You struck up a conversation. Always a bad idea. And according to what I read, he took you for well over $10,000. He engaged you to decorate a house for him. You did. You furnished the house for him. He never paid you and took off. In addition to that, he stole some gift certificates that you had. That case is not really before me because according to what I read, Mr. Kelly, did you plead guilty to that theft?
I did, Your Honor.
You did. Mr. Kelly says that you actually owe him money because he paid you for the furniture and he never got it and just decided to chalk it up to a bad experience and moved on. Is that right, sir?
Pretty
close.
close.
He is counterclaiming.
Pretty close.
Mr. Kelly, You met Miss McDougal when, sir?
August 15, 2002, at a gas station at about 3 in the morning.
Now, when did you engage her services to decorate your home?
Shortly after that, we started a personal relationship. I learned she was an interior designer. So I decided to hire her because I had a beachfront condo that needed furnished that was going to be sold.
Okay. What kind of work were you doing in August of 2002, Mr. Kelly?
I was a financial consultant, Your Honor.
For whom?
Kelly Consulting, 6 years.
For yourself?
My dad opened the company.
Now, you needed furniture. Did you go with Miss McDougal to pick out the furniture?
No, Your Honor.
She picked it out herself?
Yes, Your Honor.
And she showed you photographs?
Yes,
or you
she did.
gave her carte blanche?
Pretty much, Your Honor.
Pretty much what? I gave you 2 questions. You can't have the yes, pretty much.
I gave her
both.
carte blanche. She showed me photos of the items that she was going to custom order for my beachfront home. She came over and did a consulting of the beachfront property on September 6th. She looked over the home, charged me roughly $6,000 and change. I paid her in full.
Okay, so she charges $6,000.
$6,800. I have the exact amount.
And what was the name of her decorating firm?
Well, Your Honor, she called it.
I don't care what she called it. What did she tell you? Because she made out your check.
Margaret McDougal Interior Design.
Fine.
I personally paid her, not to her company, because she was unemployed.
Just a second. So when you say you personally paid her, what does that mean?
Western Union earned her money.
Show me.
Sure.
What is this, sir?
That's a copy of the Western Union payments to Miss McDougal.
Show me your receipts from Western Union.
Your Honor, here's also my copy of Western Union. These are the printouts they give you at AmSouth when you pick up a Western Union. I sent her the money, she picked it up. There's a copy of her transactions, there's a copy of my transactions over the course of time.
I don't buy it. You want to know why, sir?
Why, Your Honor?
Because you're a financial consultant. I've been alive a very long time. When I pay a decorator, I pay a decorator by check. You get an invoice from a designer. The invoice is number 634. You say invoice number 634, $6,000. You pay him by check. You have a copy of the check. Financial advisors don't deal in money orders. People who don't have checking accounts deal in money orders. And people, listen to me, sir. I don't buy it. Got it? Good. So, do you have a canceled check that you gave to Miss McDougal for any of this furniture?
I have something better than that, Your Honor.
Yes.
I have the results of a polygraph test.
I'm not interested in your polygraph test, or take it and throw it in the garbage. Polygraph tests are inadmissible in courts. Now, you claim that you purchased this furniture for him. You laid out the money.
Yeah.
You had the furniture delivered to him.
No, actually, he picked it up.
Where did he pick it up?
At my place of business.
Show me proof that you ordered furniture for him, and show me proof by way of a receipt signed by him that he picked it up.
Yes, ma'am.
Good. That's all I want to see.
No problem.
Good. And while we're at it, Mr. Kelly, while she's looking for those things, I want you to tell me about stealing over $5,000 worth of gift certificates. Gift certificates that belonged to Miss McDougal. So I'm asking you where you stole them from.
My contention was I didn't steal them, Your Honor.
Did you tell the judge you stole them?
No, Your Honor, I pled out in the interest.
Pled out, sir, means you pled guilty.
Right.
You weren't lying to the judge when you pled guilty, were you?
It was in my best interest.
That doesn't answer my question, Slick.
Well, Your Honor, there's such a thing called a no contest plea. So in best interest, I pled no contest. If I took it to jury trial, I very easily could have got a lot of time. I took a polygraph, but nobody wanted to see the polygraph.
You're absolutely, nobody wants to see your polygraph.
Administered by a doctor, court recognized. Doesn't matter.
Court doesn't recognize polygraph experts, sir.
I thought they did in civil matters. I didn't know.
No, they don't.
Okay. It doesn't hold any weight with you, Your Honor?
It doesn't hold any weight, and your story doesn't hold any weight, Mr. Kelly.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I think you're a thief and a con artist. I don't know what her story is, maybe just stupidity. But I don't believe a word that comes out of your mouth. Neither does Officer Byrd.
And later today,
I want you to look up and I want you to say, thank you, Lord, that this dame only cost me $750. Trouble with a capital T is this lady.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Margot McDougal says ex-fiancé Michael Kelly owes for her services as an interior designer. Margot also says Michael stole over $5,000 in gift certificates from her purse.
When was the last time you were incarcerated?
1998.
For the record, you want to tell me for what?
Violation of probation.
What was your original crime?
Grand theft.
Grand theft. Grand theft of what, sir?
A value over...
Is not an answer. What did you steal?
I'm not sure, Your Honor. It was so long ago, 7 years ago, 8 years ago. It was monetary, though, money.
What kind of sentence did you receive when you pled guilty to stealing her gift certificates, sir, out of her pocketbook?
Your Honor, I received a 18 months probation, early termination upon a determined amount of restitution.
And how much restitution did you make, Mr. Kelly?
I agreed to $7,200 and change.
Did you make that restitution?
I have a period of time to do it, Your Honor.
And if you don't make that restitution within the period of time, you go to jail. Is that correct?
For 18 months.
18 months. Sounds perfect to me. And how much longer do you have, sir, before you have to make this restitution?
I have about another 15 months to go, Your Honor.
Good. Hope you're working. Are you telling me that he picked up a sofa?
Actually, it was some modular kind of a sofa. It was in 3 pieces.
Your Honor, you have the purchase orders in front of you. You might find something interesting that they're numbered 755, 756, and then they go to 758. There's not a 757. I have 757. I have the original purchase orders.
Can I see it, please?
Certainly. Yeah, you'll find something interesting in that. On 757, there's an item there that weighs 500 pounds. Now, you might take a good look at me, Your Honor, but I don't believe me and Miss McDougal can pick up a 500-pound entertainment center.
I didn't claim that you got it, either.
I signed it, Your Honor, the same day as the other purchase orders. You'll see where she thinks that recognizes me picking up the items.
What I want to see from you are the days that he picked up the merchandise, where he signed for the merchandise. When you pick up merchandise, somebody signs for it.
The bottom of those, they're actually on the yellow copies. That's all that I had him sign for. And
just a sec. Would you ask her to show me what she's talking about? He's got these signs, and some of them are signed 2017, 2002. They're all signed same date.
Right.
And that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the date he picked them up.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, that's the only time that I had him sign for him because...
Listen, you made a mistake.
He represented himself as an attorney, Your Honor. He represented that he was all these things.
Are you a business person?
Well, I was going to school and I was opening a business with a partner all at the same time. And I was really busy.
You got conned.
I know that.
You got conned. Hopefully you can get your $7,000 back. Because I don't think Mr. Kelly wants to go back to jail, do you?
No, Your Honor, but I'd like my consulting fees back from her.
I don't believe that you paid it, sir. I think you're a con artist. I think you're a thief and a con artist. I don't know what her story is, maybe just stupidity. But I don't believe a word that comes out of your mouth. Neither does Officer Byrd. Anyway, your counterclaim is dismissed. Mr. McDougal, unless you have a receipt that he signed when he picked up this stuff at the warehouse, you have no claim against him.
He picked it up and received it on the 17th.
Shh.
Your Honor, if you believe that...
Just a second.
He picked it up right here.
If you believe that, Your Honor, on the 24th, we went and got a marriage license.
Oh, please.
He picked it up right here.
Do me a favor. Show me
Picked
the door.
up M.
Goodbye.
Kelly,
Goodbye.
and he signed it.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I'm really glad that Judge Judy showed that Mr. Kelly was actually a real con artist.
I think Judge Judy was a little rough on me. She didn't look at the polygraph exam.
He conned me for those things, and he's conned me for more than that.
We had a marriage license, and the reason we broke it off is because she lied about her age. She was much older than she presented herself as.
Couldn't find him until a year and a half later, where he had done the same thing to another woman, met her at a grocery store with him. That's where I saw him.
Well, the allegations are unfounded. I might be smooth, that'd be the word. But don't hate the player, hate the game.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Kinsberg versus Merrick. Step forward, please.
58-year-old toy store owner Barry Kinsberg is suing his ex-girlfriend, 39-year-old receptionist Laura Merrick, for an unpaid loan to pay her rent. Laura says Barry offered her the money.
Mr. Kinsberg, you claim that you made a loan to Miss Merrick because she needed money to pay her rent. Ms. Merrick acknowledges that you gave her some money. The operative word in her answer is gave. She said it was a gift, that you insisted on helping her out because you didn't want her to move away. Is that right?
Yes, that is correct.
How do you know her, sir?
My condo needed repairs, and Laura was the receptionist, and one of my utilities kept breaking down. So we got into this more or less, we had a dialogue.
When did you meet her, Mr. Ginsburg?
May.
And did you begin a social relationship?
We had a talking relationship, and then after that we arranged to have a first meeting.
And where did you go on the first meeting?
Actually, we went to a diner, Your Honor.
When did you have your first social encounter at the diner?
I think it was June.
Beginning, middle, or end?
The beginning.
And when did she ask you for money?
The next date, she was intimating that she had financial problems, Your Honor.
Was that also in June?
Yes, Your Honor.
What kind of financial problems were you having?
I was not having any financial problems. I was thinking about possibly moving back to my home state of Colorado. I did not want to start a massage therapy practice in New Jersey, which is where I'm living now, and I did not ask him for help with rent. That's not true.
Well, what did you take the money for, Miss Merrick?
We were dating. We were dating for about a month and a half, and we have a lot in common.
I didn't ask you whether you had a lot in common. I don't give a rat's behind what you had in common. I want to know what you took money from him for.
Well, we were dating. We had a good relationship going.
Did he give you this money all at one time?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
He offered it. He offered it to me.
Barry Kinsberg says ex-girlfriend Laura Merrick owes for a loan to pay her rent. Laura claims Barry gave her the money to keep her from moving out of state.
He took out his wallet and said, here, I want you to have this. Is that how it came about?
He kept asking me about what I was going to do. I told him I hadn't decided yet. I wasn't sure.
You mean about moving back to Colorado?
Yes. And then he basically said, let me, I think he was trying to persuade me to stay, and he offered, he's like, let me pay your rent for you, and he even offered.
Oh, just a minute. So he said to you, let me pay your rent for you, and you said, I said, no, I don't want you to do that, because I don't take money from men.
Come about with us. I mean, he was talking about me moving in. I'm like, okay, maybe this could be something more permanent.
How much did you give her?
$715, Your Honor.
How old are you, Mr. Kingsburg?
56
You have to think about that.
Yeah.
How old are you, Mr. Kingsburg?
I just had a birthday, Your Honor. Just turned 58.
And how old is Miss Merrick?
She's 39.
Have you ever been married, Mr. Kingsburg?
Yes, Your Honor.
For how long?
25 years.
Divorced, widowed?
Divorced.
When were you divorced, sir?
Last October, Your Honor.
Mr. Kingsburg, what I want you to do is look at me. I want you to look up and I want you to say, thank you, Lord, that this dame only cost me $750. Do you understand? $715. You got a bargain. Trouble with a capital T is this lady. Tell me, Mr. Kingsburg, how it came about that you gave her $715?
She required this money.
Well, tell me what she said to you and what you said to her.
She called me and says to me, during the course of dating, the couple of dates we went out on, she needed to borrow money.
Where did you expect her to get this money from, Mr. Kingsburg?
She told me that she was getting a rebate from Colorado on a vehicle. She was getting money back for her insurance. In fact, I asked her, how are you going to repay this? And she said to me, I can repay this because I'm getting a rebate on auto insurance from Colorado.
How much after you received the $715 from Mr. Kingsburg, Miss Merrick, did you decide that he was annoying?
About within a week and a half, phone calls every day. Then he started coming around my apartment building, and I was home one day and I observed him. He drove up, he was like looking around at my car, and then drove off, and that's when I really started to get concerned, because I was like, oh, this is getting really strange now. And then one of my neighbors told me one day...
Don't tell me what your neighbors told you. Mr. Kingsburg, you're a lucky man. But you know, age appropriate isn't terrible, Mr. Kingsburg. How old was your wife?
She's 50, well, she's about 50.
That's nice.
Right.
That's nice, Mr. Kingsburg. Find somebody more age appropriate and who has a little more character. In any event, I believe you when you say that she asked if she could borrow some money, and I believe that she told you that she was expecting a rebate check, because I don't think that you would make that up. And since I don't believe a word that comes out of her mouth, I'm going to issue a judgment in the amount of $715. Thank you. That's it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Why is that excuse? You may step out.
There was a condition to it. If there wasn't a condition to it, I wouldn't be standing at Judge Judy.
It never was a loan. It was, he just gave it to me, and we were considering moving in together.
I think probably in all relationships, there's sometimes people hear what they want to hear.
The coming around to where I lived, and I wasn't there. I was, you know, and asking to talk to my neighbors, and I got a little concerned after that.
Sometimes you take these relationships, some can be fixed, and some cannot.